Hello boys and girls, welcome back to Miss Orme's story time. Our story today is about some cows and a farmer and some ducks, and it's also about something called a typewriter. Now you probably don't know what a typewriter is, but some of your mummies and daddies might know, and definitely some of your grandmas and grandpas might know. And this is what a typewriter looks like. It's really heavy and it has paper that goes in the top. And if you look really closely, you can see all those buttons and they have different letters on them. And this typewriter is a bit like a very old-fashioned computer, and it's for writing letters. You press the buttons and they print on the paper, so you can write letters to people like this. And that's what people did before they had emails and computers. They used to write letters on typewriters and they would send them in the post for the person who needed to get them. So our story today is my favourite story in the whole wide world. It's called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. I wonder why they've got typewriters. So, Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long, he hears moo, moo, clickety-clack, moo. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety-clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. They've typed him a letter. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn, but now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. So if the cows went on strike, that means they're saying they're not going to do their work. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety-clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety-clack, moo. Cows that type? Hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. The duck was a neutral party. That meant he wasn't friends with either of them. He was friends with all of them just the same. So he brought the ultimatum to the cows. And there he is with his note, ready for the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All of the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but no one of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. he handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided it was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come back with the typewriter. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. And that is the end of our story. Do you think they got their diving board? What do you think? Thank you for listening, boys and girls.